Hello and welcome back to another FoxyNoTail live stream here live from truly Bedrock. How's everybody doing today? You all good? Apparently I'm listening to Life is a Flower by Ace of Base, but I know that's not true. I was listening to that earlier though. on my new Apple earpod things that my Super X friends told me to buy. They recommended these AirPods. You can see they're not in my ears, they're actually in this box still, and that's for a very good reason. They don't work. They're rubbish. Absolutely useless. They don't connect to your Xbox. They don't connect to your TV. They do connect to your soundbar, which is kind of weird, but it plays the sound through the soundbar at the same time. So you can't use it to watch TV quietly while someone else is in bed, for instance. They do connect to your phone, which is great. They're useful when I go out for a bike ride. They're quite handy. But plugging them into the computer so I don't have these dangly wires while I'm editing, there's just such a big delay. It's a massive delay. So I go to like swing my sword or punch my fist or something like that, and I hear it like a second later. And the other problem is when I'm editing videos, because I like to cut things to the music or I like to make sure everything fits nicely together, you press play and you can see the video moving, but you can't hear it for like a second afterwards. And apparently this is a Windows 10 problem, and they haven't fixed it since 2014. So that's good news, or whenever Windows 10 came out. So yeah, kind of a bit of a waste of money, really. I could send them back, but I do like them for bike riding. So what I did do is I cast away my old ones to one side, and I bought a shiny new pair of earbuds. Brand new ones, straight out of the box. And to make life easier so that I don't have my wire going across my keyboard, basically, hang on one moment, got a keyboard here, right? And normally my earphone wire is going like that, which is really annoying when I'm trying to record or do live streams and things like that. So I was very clever. And what I did, right, was I bought an extension lead. Wow, look at that. So now my headphone cable is extra long without being laggy and still has wires. And I've basically spent way too much money on headphones. So great. Good job. Good job. Music sounds loud to me. Does music sound loud to you? Sounds very loud. Anyway, we're going small. We're getting rid of Nelly. No free puppy cam. Pff, what do you think you're doing, free puppy cam? Big brain move, says Pain Dragon. I agree. Mitz is there saying, hey, victim. Not hey, Foxy. Pain Dragon says, yeah, Bluetooth connection lag is quite bad. It is. It's awful. It's really, really bad. The $2 answer to a $200 question, says Mike on Switch. Indeed, yeah. Indeed. Oh, don't tell me we got Pickle already, Keskin. We'll do it in a little while. I'm just getting into it. I'm just talking to you guys. Carol says, I feel bad now. I never found mine laggy. They're awful. It's so laggy. It's not even just a little bit. It's really bad. Really bad. And I know it doesn't sound like, oh, it's only a second. Well, that's a big time when you swing your fist and it goes. It's really off-putting. So, yeah, not to worry. Fizzy Andy Boy says, many money gone bye-bye. I could send them back. Amazon's got a really, really good return system. I could easily send them back, but I'm not going to because, like I said, they're actually really good for riding on my bike. Before that, I was having to tuck my headphones down my t-shirt and not twist my head too much to risk ripping the headphone jack out of the phone while I was riding. So I'm happy with it for that, but that's a lot of money just for some wireless headphones for riding your bike. Mitt says, I never found mine laggy either. Well, very convenient for you guys. That's all I can say. Well, ready when you are, says Keskin. Okay, well, make sure you remind me. Jelana says, wired headphones are the best. This is why I still own my iPhone 6S, and it has the headphone jack. Well, apparently, believe it or not, there's some very, very, very clever technology in these that when you use them for watching TV or, like, connected to your iPad or whatever, or your phone, they will automatically put themselves in sync with the video you're watching, but it doesn't work on Windows 10. It only works, would you believe it, on Apple devices. Convenient that. Love my AirPods and AirPods Pro, says Chris Varble. Well, I'm going to stick to the good old ones that you can stick in your ear. It's all good news to me. Oh my goodness me, Tiz Tom throwing in an early raid. This is good news. Hello, Tiz Tom. Hello, Jesse as well, by the way. Got to be the Apple ecosystem, says Chris Varble. Yeah, I used to be with Apple, but they iterate their phones every year, which is nice, but the software just never gets any better. It gets worse and worse and worse. It's the same system that they had back on my Apple 4S or whatever it was, and it's awful. It's terrible. Rubbish. Android system, much better. Keskin says, imagine if they connected to your neighbour's phone. Well, that'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it? Morning, Foxy. Oh, look. Someone broke a block, says the Baron one. What do you mean someone broke a block? Jesse B says, am I allowed here? Have you forgiven me yet? Maybe. Jessie B throwing herself under the bus there. Do you know what Jessie B did? Jessie B's very naughty and she should be punished. I need to go to sleep before I go up there and tell you what Jessie B did. Very, very naughty Jessie B. What did you do, Jessie B, says the Baron one. Well, I'm going to tell you, the Baron one. Don't you worry about it. Jessie B has been griefing and I've caught her on camera stealing as well. She was out here, right? Wandering about, mooching around my area, looking through my windows, and then she set a creeper off on here. But she didn't just, you know, go away and grab some oak and come and fix it. She then went, oh, do you know what? I'll just stick some mud there and come back later. And then she forgot. Bad Jessie B. And yeah, you'll be seeing a time lapse coming up in a couple of videos time. One that took an 18-hour time lapse. I did. Guess is in the chat for what that was a time lapse of. But yeah, might possibly, I haven't checked the footage yet, might possibly see her at the end of that, sneaking around downstairs in my base. Drama, says Blue Cat Eyes. No, Jessie B is absolutely fine. She was busy doing many works for me, really. And but I like to wind her up. I better not look in there, that's spoilers. Right, okay, so today what we was gonna do is we were gonna be digging out underneath the lake, right? Not digging out, what's it called, placing all of these stupid mossy blocks and things like that. I was going to continue this is definitely going to be a stream thing, but there is emergency, and the emergency, oh hello creeper. The emergency is we are 100% completely out of dripstone now, which is not dripstone, deep slate, which is literally my favoritist block in the world. So we're going deep slate mining, peeps. That's what we're doing today. It is emergency. And I'm going to fix my pickaxe before we go. Feisty Foster says, sounds like she's been hanging around with Foxy too much. It does, doesn't it? Jessie B says, I did do that. I can't believe I forgot. Bad Jessie B. Bad Jessie B. Very naughty. Yeah, if you want to see the total amount of dripstone we now have, not dripstone, deep slate, that is it. I'm lying. I have a reasonable amount of the actual deep slate, them ones. But that's no good because I need the other ones, which you get from Fortune, the cobbled deep slate. And these are all the things I've made out of them. And that's it. That's my entire life's worth of deep slate in a couple of shulker boxes. And the reason that I don't have much is I keep selling it to people because people keep buying it for copper. But I'm not going to be selling any more because I desperately need it. So yeah, we're going on a mining mission.
Looks like someone has way too many diamonds.
Mate, these new headphones are very loud. Nearly blew my head off there, Slominski.
You have just gifted.
Slominski9 just gifted 10 subs.
What? I'm reading it. Stream lady. Slominski9, 10
Cold
again.
Red Steel cheered. 300. Thanks
What?
for the content.
If your name is Jack's dad, Mr. Goose, Skater Dad, Clean Banger, Cokery Florist, Time Lady with a 1, Panda Baby, Squishy Mishy, Nate Doggy or Fluffy Dad, and please give a huge thank you to Slominski. Cold Red Steel also chucking in 300 bits there, saying thanks for the content. You're very welcome. Clean Banger. It sounds like a really old car, but you've washed it. Amazing. Fantastic. Right, that's completely thrown me. I need shulker boxes to... Oh, I haven't got any. Got no shulker boxes left again. Oh, jeez. Where's me special things from my special things box? There we are. I don't have many of these left either. Go end rating. No, not in a million years, mate. Not doing it. Not doing it again. End rating sucks.
Juliana22 just subscribed.
What did you say? Right,
wow.
it's end rating, not end rating.
Wow. Thanks for all the great content, Foxy. FYI, Mr. Onion rocks.
Juliana there saying Mr. Onion rocks, apparently subscribing for 13 months. That's more than a year, peeps. That's a long time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And Dub's wife cheered 15 bits as well. Right, where was we going? We're going deep slate mining. There was something I wanted. Excuse me. And I can't think what it was. And I don't...
Heskin cheered 100.
There's a place I need to go, but I don't really want to show you where it is because I've been busy again. Excuse me, sneak around here.
Oh
Try
my
not to
goodness, that is
suffocate
a
on
lot
my
of
own
gifted
breath.
subs. Thank you very much.
Oh dear me. Oh, Chris. Chris giving
Marble
out
just
11.
gifted over
One
10
more
subs.
than Slaminski. Ah, you see this. Oh jeez, that's what I need to do. I need to turn my headphones down. You nearly blow my head off, mate. Jeez. Okay, right. Well, 1 second before I get to Chris's ones. Just got to turn my headphones down because it's the loudest thing in the world. Put them back on 50 where it's nice and gentle. That's better. Right, okay. Chris gifted to Nurgus, Magister Mine, Jubba Merker. Hang on, stream lady. Mining 101, Childish Albino, That Lazy TV, Papery Steak, Snowy Horned Owl. I've never heard of that person before. Norm 49ers, Team Hoots, and Danish Baker. If you're one of those people, please give Chris a massive, massive big thumbs up and a very big thank you. Level 5 hype train already, right, on 124%. You guys are absolutely... spoilers. Stop it. I need to go find somewhere I can mine... Oh, jeez, spoilers everywhere you look. I haven't done anything with Dripstone. I don't know what you're talking about. We need to find a new mine. Oh, but I like my mine. I just have to... Oh, where can I go? I don't... There's so much stuff I can't show you. We just have to... Oh, I can't go in... Oh, jeez. I know where we go. It's all good. We got this. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go down the community mine. I'm going to just smash through this wall here. Oh, don't look at that dripstone. It's for a video. Cheating. You're not allowed to look. Here we go. We've sneaked out. Did I bring an ender chest? I did. This is good news. Right, let's do this. Carol, they're redeeming big puppy cam and feeling very guilty for misleading me with good ideas of headphones that was bad ideas. Okay. Right, well, we'll just make a way down here. What could go wrong? It's all good. Pop a few torches down while we're down here. Stop things spawning. See if we can find ourselves a nice big old patch of deep slate. Vex says, look at all the pretty walls. Yes, many pretty walls. That's why I haven't got any deep slate left. Well done, says Blue Cat. Distract us with big puppy cam. Cat says, that's a good idea, Carol. Yes. I see what you were doing now. Helping me out.
Just wanted to say hello. I hope your day is pure magic, Foxy.
What was that?
Looks like
I missed it. Oh my
someone
goodness
has
me.
way too many
Slavinsky's back
diamonds
again
to
with
give around.
another
Thank
10.
you very much
Jeez.
for all 10 of the
Hello, zombie
subscriptions
friends.
you have just gifted.
Nice to see you over here, chilling out.
Slavinsky9 just gifted 10 subs.
Hang on, I can't keep up with everything that's going on. Iz said, just want it. Stop it. I'm trying to read the chat. Mitz will turn me off in a minute. Jeez. Says, just wanted to say hello and hope your day is pure magic, Foxy. And that was with 100 bits as well. And then Slaminski, give out another 10 sub things to Trudge 38, Loga, Nightcrawler, Vingle UK, Mazurlan, Some Lucky, Nixified, Prince Mark, and the Mic on Switch. If you're one of those people, then please give Slominski a very big happy thank you and explain to them what a good job they've done. Do 10 squats, says Zandevil. Oh, we got to be Pickle first. I'll be Pickle, then we'll do 10 squats. Okay. Oh, look, it's me, Pickle. Happy smiley Pickle doing happy smiley things again. How many Pickle? Been a Pickle. Oh, look out for the lava, Pickle. I'm a Pickle doing Pickle things. Looking for Pickle stuff. With a Pickle pickaxe. Oh, look.
Looks like someone has
Pickle
way too
pickaxe,
many
pickle,
diamonds to give around. Thank you very much for all 10 of the subscriptions you have just gifted.
Well, Pickle Railway Station, Pickle.
Chris Varble just gifted 10 subs.
Oh, Chris Barble just gifted 10 subscribers to whatever it is and stuff. Thank you. Hang on a minute. I better deal with this useless Pickle. Your name is CT1357, Stormkin, Aaron Roy, Kaga Moonlight, Night Quest Sample, Oops, Wrong Button Bot, Darshan Bai, Ippy Gaming, Dragon King Gavery, or Crimson Soul. Then please give a big thank you to Chris this time. Will you guys stop now? You have done plenty. That is enough. You, you do not need to do any more. Thank you very much. You've done enough. Now pack it in and just sit back and enjoy the stream, okay? Pickle announcing the gifts was on point, says Chris Verbal. Oh, gee. I'm not having a good time. Oh, don't clip that. Jeez. Oh, that went down the wrong hole. Oh.
Viridian cheered. 100.
Things
Hey,
are
I
going well.
believe
This is
we are
what
still
happens when you
waiting for the
gift me
Pickle
too many
Shrine on
things and
Truly
then
Bedrock.
tell me to do squats and then be a pickle. I can't cope with it and I choke on my own tea. I've been incapable of drinking tea. How hard could that be? And I can't even do it. Jeez. Oh my goodness, please don't choke this mitts. It's too late. See, what that was me trying to protect my keyboard and my microphone and my Go XLR from getting covered in tea. So I choked it down rather than spitting it out, which was my initial reaction. So yeah, that could have gone a lot worse. I think I did well there. I held it in. I choked on it, but I got it. It was all good. Did you notice there, by the way? Did you notice when Slack did a hands up in chat there, right? It disappeared very quickly, and so did Jesse. And when I go to pick on my pickaxe, the little text box doesn't last on screen very long anymore because I was sick of that thing. Have you noticed? Has anyone else noticed on Minecraft 1.7t, the longer the writing is on the thing you're holding, like a shulker box or an enchanted tool, the longer it stays on screen for, and it drives you insane, right? Sluminski says, I throw in the white towel, no more subs for me this week. Thank you, Sluminski. I appreciate that. You have been absolutely wonderful, and so have you, Chris. So, you're well done. You both win. You've both been absolutely wonderfully epic. You don't need to do it anymore, okay? You did a good job. You nearly choked me to death on my own subscribers. GG Slum, always a pleasure to do some dueling subs, says Chris Verbal. I'm glad you enjoy the sport of subbing. It's a new sport. It's going to be the next Electronic Games, I think. Solo Abacabin says dash and bite. Well, kind of, but only if the score was for deep slate and not ores. I'm not bothered about the ores right now. I just want the deep slate. What I need. I need me some of those nice tasty deep slates. We found some really big deep slate ores last time we did this on stream. I reckon we could do it again. Lofty says, don't die. I won't be able to share my creeper cake in 5 days. It's it's Lofty's birthday in 5 days. Jeez. I see what she's doing. She's after another whip round in the chat. You're not having any more of me bits, Lofty. We got you your headphones. Can't have any more. No, congratulations for having yet another birthday, Lofty. This is good news. And a creeper cake sounds absolutely fantastic. I would definitely like to share this cake. I'd recommend posting it though, because I think it might get a bit squashed. Lol, you reminded me to enable the packs, says Jesse B. It's annoying, isn't it? That stupid text thing. Has anyone noticed it? Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if anyone was paying attention to that, because I was too busy sort of mid-choking at the time when I was talking about it. JCB's here. Hey, JCB. Look at that expert. I drank tea without dying that time. This is good news. I should try that every time, really. It'd probably be a more enjoyable experience than, you know, trying to choke myself to death every time I drink a bit of tea. I'm in a bit of a tricky situation here because I can't go that way because of things, and apparently I can't go that way because of the train station. So I probably should go this way instead. Keskin has cheered 100 bits. Thank you very much.
Keskin cheered 100.
Oh, and so did Iz said, hey, I believe we're still waiting for Pickle Shrine on Truly Bedrock. Pickle Shrine? Oh no, not this again. Oh dear, this is a problem. This is a problem. Oh, I survived. This is good news. It's not a problem. See, you distract me with things like Pickle Shrines. Don't you be talking about your Pickle Shrines with me, mate. Yeah, and then I go in lavas. You need to be more careful with what you're saying in chat. Pickle Shrine? What? When's a pickle? Why did? Who? What? When did anybody agree to this? Nobody wants a pickle shrine. Hands up in the chat if you want a pickle shrine. I don't think it's a good idea. Mitt says blame chat. Wow. Have you got a thing for that as well now? Oh, don't tell me you've got a new one. I'm not allowed to blame chat either. I'm not allowed to do anything on my live streams. Wow. Pendant Spore, Lawful, Jack's dad. Why? You don't want a pickle shrine? And I haven't forgotten about those squats, by the way. I'm going to get to that in a moment. Just going to calm down with it. Oh, my goodness. I can arrange it as Mitts. Victim, Chris Varble, Keskin, Lawful Meteor, Eagle Eye, Millsley, Bob Reen, Papery Steak, Lofty, Pickles. Jeez. What do you want a pickle shrine for? I know why Pickles wants a pickle shrine, because he'll think it's for him, but it's not for you. It's for that stupid pickle that you all like to turn me into on occasion. Jeez. Got to do everything. Oh, there's got to be a pickle. Got to do squats. Got to make a pickle shrine. What would a pickle shrine even look like? How would a pickle shrine work? I'm now going to wear the siren hat. You guys just asked too much of me. I can't keep up with all of these demands. Jeez. All right, I'm going to put the siren hat on. And then I'm going to do my squats. And then we're going to get to Minecraft in. Jeez. You guys. While you guys think of what a pickle shrine would look like, okay? Them's the deals. I'll do all of these fun things while you do that. Pickle shrine. It's kind of a big deal. Right. What? Ugh. Hide behind the chair of many hiding behind. Let's do this. Okay. 1. Yes. 2. Oh, 3. Nearly. 3. 4. Oh, all the way down. 5. Oh, yes. 6. Get some of that action. 7. Do a little bit of a turn. 8. 9. And 10. And sneak away and hopefully no one will notice. I think they might have noticed. Ah. Why can't I hear anything? Has the music stopped? Why has the music stopped? Oh no, there it is. It was just very quiet for a moment. Right. Hands up in the chat if you've come up with ideas for a pickle shrine. I'm all ears. I want to know how it is and what it involves and what materials I'm going to need. And if you say deep slate, you're fired. Pickle shrine needs pixelated sunglasses on it for effect. Right, okay. I'm puffed out now. I was full of energy at the beginning of this stream, and now I'm ready to go to bed. A cactus in a pot is good enough, says Blue Cat Eyes. I could do that. I can 100% do that. That's easy. So we've got cactus in a pot as easy mode. Or we've got like hard mode, whatever Pickle's coming up with, something so detailed it can even have sunglasses. Jeez, I think we should maybe find something in between. Face filter for Pickle again. Jack's dad, why? Why do you do this to me? I guess you probably want some inspiration, don't you? Hang on then. Jeez. Oh, look, it's me again. Happy Smiley Pickle. Breaking contract again, because I'm only contracted to do 1 pickle showing per live stream. But I guess if you all want to see me so much, I'll turn away from what I was doing, come and entertain you all again, even though not contracted to do more than 1 per live stream. I'm a happy smiley pickle, doing happy smiley things. I was watching TV, you know, enjoying myself, just putting my pickle feet up on a pickle thing that you put your pickle feet on when you're relaxing and just watching some pickle TV. And now I'm here entertaining you, because you don't find the person that's actually live streaming particularly entertaining anymore. You should think about that next time you think that I'm going to watch the live stream. Might as well make the most of it though, because I'm a happy smiley pickle. Oh, upside down party pickle. Gee whiz. I can't believe it. I'm an upside down party pickle. And everything else is gone. Help! Help! Everything's help! It's all, oh my, I'm just so, oh jeez. I'm broke. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Now look what you've done. You've totally broken everything again. I can't trust you all. Pickles, oh my goodness me. Don't know why I bother. Our next stream, I'm just not gonna turn up. It's gonna be Mr. Onion, Pickle, and Big Chicken, because that's who you really want to see. So you really want to see. If I didn't turn up, you guys wouldn't even notice if it was just those lot. You'd be so entertained you wouldn't even need me anymore. Wow. Blue Guy says yes. Wow. Trout says it looks like a stream weekend. First Slack with 2.5 hour stream, then Tiz for 4 hours, and now Foxy streams. Tuesdays generally are quite busy for the TB members when it comes to streaming, to be fair. We would normally have Groover as well starting at 6 p.m, but he's having a little bit of a break for personal reasons at this moment in time. So, yeah, so you're just stuck with me and Tiz and Slack and probably other people that will stream as well today. And all of those people. And then other people that also do live streaming, because it's not just the truly Bedrock people. Oh! We got a noise!
If you have not been wasting your time subscribing to this channel, you could have had the baby by now. Thank you for 9 months.
Aridenden just subscribed for 9 months.
Well, I was teaching me how to say it before I've said it. Aridenden, apparently, according to Stream Lady, has resubscribed for 9 months. Amazing. Thank you very much, Aridenden. I'm not going to come up with my own pronunciations for names anymore. I'm just going to do whatever Stream Lady says, because clearly she's better at it than I am. I'll wait for her politely to finish speaking before I come in and, copy her. Aridenden. Thank you for the subscription. Oh, I miss Slack and Tizzy, says Jelana. Darn sleep. Yeah, sleep ruins everything. It gets in the way of 50% of your life. Annoying. Someone needs to develop a system where you don't have to sleep anymore. I know there's that Red Bull, that kind of does that, doesn't it? But I think after a while, you're just going to end up either exploding or something bad will happen. So I wouldn't recommend that. Hello, Foxy, says Toasty Puma. Hello, Toasty Puma. Coffee and Red Bull, says Chris Varble. Again, it's a good combination, but I've got a feeling that after a while you would just spontaneously combust. Did any years and years ago? Oh, hang on a minute.
Simbrit just gave Simbrit a subscription.
Simbrit just gave Simbrit a subscription. I don't think they did. I think they gave 2. One to Millie Musa and one to Sephora. So thank you very much, Stream Lady, but this time you were wrong. Yeah, a long time ago, many ago, I remember there was a program on TV about sleep deprivation, and basically it was a little bit like Big Brother, where they got a bunch of people in a house and basically told them they got to stay awake for as long as possible. And they were in this house for 5 days, and I think one person managed to make 5 days before just going completely insane, and and then the rest of them just sort of was just collapsing left, right, and centre as the days went by. Apparently, it's a lot harder to do than you think, and it's actually really dangerous for you. So I don't recommend it. But it was quite entertaining, the idea of it. I don't think there was ever a second series. Now, I'm on Red Bull and coffee all during the working week, says Keskin. You don't need it. You don't need anything. You don't. All these energy drinks, I see loads of people drinking energy drinks, and they're a complete waste of time and a complete waste of money as well. What you're doing is you're teaching your body it needs supplements in order to maintain its normal sort of level of operation. You don't do any better with energy drinks than you do without them, because what you do is then you just get used to having those things, and your body goes, well, okay, well, if you're going to put those things in, I don't need to produce it myself anymore. So you're doing yourself a disservice. And then you come off them and you stop having them, and it's an absolute nightmare trying to do anything because you just feel so tired all the time. So then you go back to drinking them. So I drink coffee. I always have drunk coffee, but I don't feel like I need coffee. I just like drinking it. But I probably do need it because I've drunk it for all of the years that I've been drinking it for. But if you stop drinking coffee and you stop eating sugar and things like that, your body will take over, and eventually, after you've felt tired for a week, you feel good again. I redeemed Simon Hart lol, says Lofty. I'm already wearing it, Lofty! Because of that, I'm going to take it off. I quit drinking everything except coffee, tea, and water, says Richie Cranium. Yeah, energy drinks are the worst because generally speaking, they've got a massive amount of sugar in, and if they don't have a massive amount of sugar in, they've got a high volume of sweeteners in, and sweeteners are even worse than even sugar. The only reason that you get drinks with sweeteners in instead of sugar now is not for health benefits, it's because governments put tax on sugar because sugar's really bad for you, but they don't tax these sweeteners yet. So yeah, they're not good for you. And a lot of them, like Monster energy drink, says, oh, it contains keratin, and not keratin, whatever it is. There's like a health supplements and super things that are like, oh yeah, it's got this and that and the other in, that must be good for me. They're not. They're really, really bad for you. They're basically your fast way to an early heart attack. So don't drink them. Don't drink them. And to soapbox stage left, says Dub's wife. Just saying, if anybody can point me to, any scientifically regulated energy drink that's actually proven to be of any benefit to anybody, I'd be very interested in reading it. But they're all just a complete fad. Health Talks with Foxy, says Richie Cranium, and that was banned. Have you noticed your Minecraft head can randomly get stuck or pass through blocks lately, says Chris Farble? It's been like that since, I think it was like that in 1.16, to be honest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was like that all last season for us. It's like the game thinks that you are still in fly mode, even though you're on the ground. So technically it thinks you're only a block tall. And yeah, it's a nightmare. It drives me absolutely insane. But you can still take damage when your head's in a block. Can't drink Monster, it's too sweet, lol, but due to medical issues I can't absorb sugar much anyway, says Keskin. Well, if you that's like saying I've got really strong bones so I don't have to wear a seatbelt in a car. It's not it's not, don't work like that. There's more in it than just sugar that's bad for you. Just all of those chemicals and things and supplements that's in there to keep you awake and keep you going. All they're doing is they're increasing your heart rate. They're increasing your heart rate so you feel like you've got more energy. You feel more alive because more blood's pumping around your body. But it's not doing you any favours. Don't take them. Doggo's not amused, says Toasty Fever. No. Vexalter says, I'm not sure if it happens with anyone else, but on the Xbox, the mini blocks add-on and Foxy's Brighter Blocks pack clash. That's not possible because the mini blocks don't have any textures for vanilla textures, and my brightness pack only has textures for vanilla textures, so I can't see how they can clash. DansB1 says, my friend almost had a heart attack drinking 2 spike shooters. They were sold at a convenience store in the US, but were discontinued. Yeah, you don't know what you're drinking. You see these things that have got fancy labels on. I mean, who's doing the tests on them to prove that they're okay? They might have the, chemicals in them that are approved by the FCA or whatever. Not FCA, that's financial. You know what I mean. The whichever relevant authority ingredients-wise. But to the right quantities and stuff like that, how do they know that they're safe? Who's doing those tests? Turns them invisible. When I disable the brighter pack, they're okay. Are they the latest versions that you've got? That's weird because I have both of them enabled on here and it's absolutely fine. So that's very strange. Buddy of mine had a heart attack at 28 because of 2 to 3 monsters a day, says Cranium. Richie Cranium. Doesn't surprise me. I'm sure there was more to it than just the monster drinks. I'm sure, if they're having a heart attack at that age, they must have had not a particularly healthy lifestyle or just been really unlucky. But yeah, the monsters certainly probably didn't help the situation, I wouldn't have thought. At my age, anything that keeps my heart going is a bonus, says Frudel66. Exercise will keep your heart going. Exercise, healthy eating, happiness, try and be a better person. All of those things. Meditation, yoga, many things that you can try to give yourself a good heart rate and many endorphins and all of those things that you need. There's no quick and easy way to do anything. There's no get rich quick schemes. There's no get fit quick schemes or lose weight fast schemes. Everything comes with a price, right? So if you're trying to jump ahead and skip the queue or find a cheaty way of doing it, you're basically taking from somewhere else. It's just fact. It's science. It's how it works. Unless you do things naturally in the sense of how they're supposed to be done, and you live a healthy lifestyle and have a natural, balanced diet and stuff like that, you're cheating, you're cutting corners, and it's gonna do you a disservice. You're gonna have a shorter lifespan because of it, or potentially very, very miserable and difficult, very ill sort of later stage of your life, dealing with things like bypasses and heart attacks and liver failure and kidney failure and things like that, which is not nice. So just look after yourself in the first place. Stop filling your body full of rubbish. He says, I fill mine full of rubbish all the time. It's dead easy to say it. A lot harder to actually do it. I'm working really hard on trying to be good again, like I did last year. But I've had a bit of a break from being good, and it's starting to catch up with me now. So I'm definitely powering back into it. Wish my daughter would listen to you and me, Foxy, says Athena V. Yeah, listen to yourself's the hardest one. It's so easy to say all the right things, really actually difficult to do it, because there's so much good stuff out there. And the other thing, because we are human beings, are sheep at the end of the day. We like to follow what other people do. We like to see what other people do and validate ourselves to that. So we go, well, other people are doing it, so it must be okay. And we, rather than read the precautions and see what it says and listen to the one or two experts that are telling you what to do, you look at the majority of people, which are generally, and this is no offense to anyone, I'm not calling anyone out, but generally as a species we're uneducated, we're pretty dumb, and we tend to follow other people that we look up to and find to be more confident in what they're doing, and it's not a good mix. Basically, we ignore the people that have actually done the testing, that have actually done the degrees and gone to school and got medical stuff, and we go, it's all right because Logan Paul does it, so it must be fine. Must be fine. Kebab sounds good, says Keskin. Kebab does sound good. Oh man. Stop it. I'm trying to be good. Completely agree, Foxy, says Keskin. Fancy done a kebab after this, lol, says Simbrit. No, jeez. I'm being good. You can't force me into doner kebabs. I do like a doner kebab. Not good for you at all. Not good for you at all. But then, the other thing to bear in mind is all this is don't be perfect with it, But a balanced diet is probably like the best thing you can come up with. And a balanced diet doesn't mean 50% vegetables and 50% meat. It means, everything in moderation. So yeah, have a doner kebab and a night out and a few beers or whatever you want to do on a Friday night, but then make sure you spend the rest of the week catching up with your exercise and the other things that you want to do, and eating maybe a salad or two to equal it out. Moderation, not that fun, lol, says Eagle Eye. Balanced diet is standing on one foot, says Mike on Switch. My friend lived on a tin of beans for a week. I went to him, I said, it's a wonder you didn't fall off. Wow. Dad joke. But then the other problem with all of this diet stuff is there's 1,000,001 people out there that all know better and all have the best way of doing it and all have the best diet health book and all know the best top tips for losing belly fat and all these things. No one seems to actually really know. So I look at it like I got 2 grandparents left, and both of them are in their 90s. Both of them lived through the war, and both of them have eaten well and not worried about... They haven't worried about food, but they don't like binge on fatty foods. They don't eat kebabs. They don't drink loads of beer. Neither of them are drinkers at all. They've just enjoyed life. They've been active. They've been healthy. They've eaten a lot of Sunday dinners, and they're still kicking. So they're doing something right. So I just think if they can do it, then I can do it. Kebabs come with healthy sections. Salad, lol. I only get 1 takeaway a month. Don't behave yourself. A salad on top of your kebab does not turn it into a balanced meal. No. Lofty said something and someone agreed with it, but I haven't seen it. Jesse B said, yeah, JC, it was pretty bad. He's cut them for years now. I hadn't had a seizure until the paranormal... What? I'm missing things here. Bring back ration cards, says Fruzel. I agree. I tried it for a month, kept it at... What? No one mess with me about it anymore. What are you talking about? Oh, yoga. Yoga's awesome for you, says Richie Credim. Yeah, it is. Yoga's really good for you. I have done many yogas before. I started, believe it or not, doing it on the Wii Fit. And then I went to a few yoga classes when I used to be a member of the gym, which I hate. I absolutely hate the gym with a passion. I just find it really, really, really boring. Really, really boring, the gym. There's no fun or excitement. Like my brother, he can go to the gym all day long and he loves it and he thinks exercise is the best thing in the world. I can't imagine anything worse than spending the rest of my life going to the gym twice a week and doing those things. But yoga's actually great. If you actually sit down to do yoga, you do feel good afterwards. But I don't have the ability to stick to things like that, especially not when it requires going to the gym. So I cancelled my gym membership just before lockdown, which was quite convenient, really. So instead, I like to go for bike rides and go swimming and things like that. Or walk the dog. Or just go for a long walk on your own, if you haven't got a dog. JCB says, yoga's great. It looks gentle, but works those muscles you didn't know exist. Yes. Yeah, some of the things they get you doing, you think, wow, I didn't even know I could do that. Whew. Now, I've put some shulker boxes down here somewhere. There they are. Wow, I've gone a long way with this deep slate. This is a big deep slate vein I've found. This is good news. Many, 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 many deep slates. Look at that. We've got a shulker already. This is great. I'm going to pop them there. Probably going to lose these shulker boxes because I didn't want to keep any of those. I want to chuck those out, really. Oh, well. Sort that out in a minute. Fixie says, so my rotisserie turkeys are kebabs. What? You're all crackers, you lot. How did we get onto food anyway? Because I'm hungry. Who started this conversation? Oh, we was on about energy drinks, weren't we? Jeez. You and your energy drink. Look, now I'm going into blocks. Who jinxed me? Pretty sure I've watched a Foxy video whilst on the elliptical, says Eagle Eye. Jim's rubbish. The well break's over now, guys, says Richie Cranium. Well, that's it. You better get back to it. Girlfriend does hot yoga. Yoga in a super hot room. I tried it one time. It was brutal. That sounds as bad as spinning. Who comes up with these ideas? Well, if you're sweating more, it's got to be good for you. No, well, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But it just sounds... Why? Why put you... Look, okay. So, we all know that most people go to the gym in January because they make the New Year's resolution to get better at them, at whatever... Well, to just be better than themselves, lose a bit of weight. They've eaten too much over Christmas. And then by the end of January, they've all stopped again. And the reason is because people don't, and it's like diets, people don't they don't create something they can keep up with. They go all hands on deck, everything 100 miles an hour, trying to do the best they can, but it's not sustainable. And this is my issue with going to the gym. I used to go to the gym and I hated every minute of it, but I used to go a long time ago and I used to go 3 times a week for an hour and I'd cycle there, I'd do an hour's worth of gym stuff and then I'd cycle home. And one day I was walking back from the gym and I just thought, or cycling back as it was, and I thought, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I really can't imagine doing this 3 times a week or 2 times a week or even once a week for the rest of my life just to keep in the condition I was at. I wasn't bodybuilding, I wasn't losing weight, I was just maintaining. And I thought, I don't want to do that. I would much rather come up with a lifestyle that I can get in the habit of, that doesn't require me putting in all of this effort, so I can be happy, and that's what I try to create. And it's a bit unbalanced. I go from putting on a bit of weight and then losing it again, but I don't have to go to the gym anymore. The only gym I go to is Jim's Burgers, says Vex. Some insurance companies will pay your gym membership if you go at least 12 times a month. It's a nice plan. Yeah, you're assuming I've got health insurance. Don't have that over here. Just needs to become a routine, as long as you don't mind it, that is. Yeah, exactly. But it's difficult to do a routine with things you genuinely dislike. If you enjoy going to the gym, then great, go for it. Do it forever. I don't. I really dislike it. So just manipulating my lifestyle to get more bike riding in, more walks, more walking the dog and things like that is a much better solution for me. And just eating healthier. As Joe Wick says, you can't out-train a bad diet. You know, eating healthy, that's the first thing you should do, is just try and make food better, and then look at exercising. They don't pay for you to go for the gym, says Lofty. You have NHS though, right, says the thing of it, yeah. Although I think there are some NHS facilities where they have gyms. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. It definitely is if you're like going for physiotherapy for something, they've got access to gyms and stuff there for free. And I think depending on your circumstances, there's a lot of council-based like leisure facilities that you can go to for free. And there's a lot of outdoor gym equipment areas in the UK now, which are not very good because they're generally in kids' play parks and they've got graffiti and slime all over them because children are just sticky. But yeah, but they do exist. TV says, no, I didn't think they would, but that is like health insurance. No, it's just the difference with the UK. The NHS is no sort of insurance. Everything, you just get free healthcare. So when you go to the doctor to get a prescription, it's free, and the consultation's free. When you go to the hospital because you've broken your leg, it's free. There's no paperwork. There's no you owe us this and you need to get the insurance to pay that. It's just free. So it's a very, very, very simple system when it comes to accounting as a patient side of things, because there's literally no paperwork. Now, I'm lying. Your prescription's free under certain circumstances, but certain things that you get prescribed you do have to pay for under certain circumstances. So I do have to pay for my prescription because I'm not over a certain age or be under a certain age, and it also depends on the thing you're being prescribed. So, NHS, if you're broke, they fix you, says Keskin. Yeah, exactly. But like, if you go to hospital for whatever reason and they give you medication there, it's free. So it's a bit of a weird one. So if it's like something that you have to get because you're just not very well and you have to go to the pharmacy to get it, you do, depending on your circumstances, pay for it. Also depends on what part of the UK you live in, says Carol. Does it really? I suppose that, yeah, the UK as opposed to England or like Great Britain. Maybe. I didn't know that though. Explain. I want to know. Run with Scissors says, by the time I got to prescription, I've already had to pay 3 people. Jeez. Yeah, I don't like the sound of that at all. See, we got that problem with dentists. There are some NHS dentists, but they're very difficult to get, and they're not very good, in my experience. So you end up spending a bit of money going to the dentist, but I don't think it's anything as bad as like the American healthcare system, or at least what I've seen of the American healthcare system. Like Jesse B was saying how ridiculously expensive it is just to have a baby. Whereas in the UK, you're just like, oh, I've had a baby. How much did it cost you? Well, nothing. I just had a baby. But what about the healthcare? What do you mean? I had a baby. Medication is free if your life depends. Medication is free. Life depends, but in Scotland everything is free at the minute. Wales is different for prescriptions, says Carol. I don't have to pay for prescriptions, says Lofty. Yeah, the prescriptions mainly depend on your circumstances, I think. And there are some certain circumstances where you can, even if, like for me, because I'm technically working and don't have dependents and whatever other reasons, that I wouldn't get it for free because of my age and whatnot. Yeah, depending on the circumstances, there are certain things you can do to like get them for free. I think.
100.
Blue cheered. Not saying anything, just cheered. Thanks, Blue. Jesse B says, when I was 20, I looked into moving to the UK since the NHS was really wanted nurses. And differences to there, the differences to there, here to there were crazy. You should have done it, Jesse. Think how rich you'd be if you hadn't have spent all that money on having babies in the US. Face filter, Han the Great Inventor. Oh, Minecraft Steve. Okay. 32k to have a baby, that's how much Evie costs. Jeez. To be fair though, that's not far off buying a puppy at the minute. Right, Minecraft Steve. Jeez. There you go. You had enough of Steve yet? I was expecting something completely different, Lols. This is better than I imagined. You're mad you are, Foxy, says Lofty. I had ankle surgery years ago. It cost $24,000. Want to get a tattoo of 24,000 on it now? Wow. Wow. Jeez. You don't, I mean... I'm so glad I don't live there because I'm so accident prone. I'd be just completely broke permanently. Like broken in the sense of not fixed because I can't afford to get fixed, and broke because I spent all my money on the bits I could afford to fix. Jeez, what a nightmare. How do you cope? How do you dare go out of the house? And considering like how bad everything, when COVID just started going around, and like, you know, and this happened everywhere. I'm not just calling out people in America, but there was plenty of people in America on TV just going out in it and just like not wearing masks or anything like that. How can you afford to be that blasé about it all? Jeez. Stop. I would want platinum and diamond ankle for that, Lols, as Keskin. I'd want a brand new one with a TV in it that, you know, press a button, it does all your ironing for you. Pickle says, my wife is type 1 diabetic, could never move to the States. No, I can imagine. Jeez. There are people scared to call for an ambulance because it costs so much, they end up driving themselves, says Vexas. I can imagine. Pain Dragon says, last 2 times I was in the hospital, it was at 18k each day, not counting the separate doctor charge just for the hospital. What? Ah, jeez. Have you all considered moving? You know when you all go, oh, America's the greatest country in the world. Do you have to, like, close your eyes and forget about a lot of things when you make that statement? I'm not saying it's not, but I'm also saying, you know, that doesn't sound like the greatest country in the world. Jeez. Yeah, we're all just broke, says Dub's wife. Yeah, I can imagine. America is not the greatest, and yes, we have to close our eyes and forget, says Athena. Employment benefits are a huge way to attract workers. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Armory Gaming has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Beat your stream, lady. Ha. Show you. Stream lady. Right, peeps, we're an hour into this live stream, believe it or not. We've been rabbiting on about health and NHS and food and all that sort of stuff. But what I want to know is what questions you've got for me to answer so that I don't have to think of what to say anymore. Because I'm lazy. Keskin says, my American friend lives near the Canadian border and goes over for a prescription. I'm not surprised. I think I would too. Is UK open for new people to move, says Slaminski? Probably not. Probably not. So especially since... Oh, look, there's a geode there. Sure, I just saw one over here as well. Yeah, it's... since the Brexit, we're pretty mean with our borders now, to be fair. So I don't imagine it's particularly easy to move here. But most people just come on a canoe or a lilo over from France. So if you want to come here... The thing is, it's a bit weird, England. Or the UK. We've got some very strange rules. We put our hand out and say, you're not allowed here. Don't come here unless you've passed the test and got the visa and all that sort of stuff. But if you happen to turn up on a lilo or on a canoe or in the back of a lorry, you get in for free. And you're given a house and many benefits and all of the things. There's no, oh, you can't go away again. They're just like, oh, you're here now. Yeah, you're here. You can live here now, which is really bizarre. Like, what's the point in having those rules if you're not going to stick to them? Which is fine. I understand, you know, you can't just leave people to suffer, but at the same time, doesn't that make a mockery of the whole system? I just need a 5-person canoe. This is Mike. Yeah, exactly. I make light of that. There's some horrendous stuff going on. There's some really, really bad, like, horrendous things for families come across from countries where there's just war and issues and they're just getting kicked out of their homes because of political things. It's awful, and they risk their lives to come over, and then they don't just get let in and just like allowed to do what they want. I think they do eventually, to be fair, but no, there's a lot of waiting in like getting separated from your children potentially, and being waiting in almost like camps, and it's awful. And a lot of them don't make it. A lot of them are so desperate to get over that they end up like, well, just basically not living through the experience, and it's awful, absolutely awful. So I make light of it for a joke in the stream, but it's not a nice thing. I don't think it's a funny thing at all. But it does sort of hark back to the point of why have the rules if they're, I mean, at the end of the day, we're an island. We're very easy to get to. So we probably should have a better system. I don't understand the system all that much, all that well, to be fair, to be honest with you. So maybe it's my lack of learning on the situation more than anything else. This is a perfect conversation for Steve Face. I forgot I had Steve Face. Steve Face gone. Chris is gone. How to take you seriously with that face on those, is Athena. Yeah. And the good thing is, if I say something I shouldn't say while wearing that face, nobody can prove that it was me. Right, peeps, come on. Let's have slightly less tricky topics, nice easy ones. Get back to basics, simple questions, Q&A time. Go nuts. What do you want to know that's not about diets, politics, refugees, visas, NHSs? Let's talk about politics now. No! I refuse. There should be no politics talk at all. What about religion? No, shut up. Stop putting me in tricky corners. Yeah, I can't help it. I have this need to try and answer questions. I dig myself in holes. And then Mitch tells me off. What was your favourite Halloween costume you ever had? Says Athena V. I see. Halloween's not really been a massive thing for my family. When we were younger, we weren't allowed to go trick-or-treating or anything like that because it wasn't a big thing over in the UK at the time, and my parents just considered it begging. So we weren't allowed to go. I do take my kids now, though, because it's a much bigger thing now, and I have in my adult life dressed up on a few times now for Halloween. I don't know, that's a good question. What's the best thing I've been dressed up as? I don't know the answer to that. When I was at university, I didn't know it was a fancy dress Halloween party, and everyone all of a sudden decided we were going to one, and I didn't have a costume. So I grabbed a load of like black bin bags and I went as Death. I got the mop and cut out a bit of cardboard, and I went to a nightclub. I went to a nightclub in just a series of black bin bags. I sweated the entire night holding this cane. Another one I did, which was we went to town quite a lot on it. I went as a zombie, but I even went to the point of like tearing off the front of my trainers with my foot sticking out and putting fake blood all over it. So we looked really bad on that one. That was good. Fox spent his youth carving turnips. No wonder he doesn't like Halloween. What do you? Shut up, you. Jesse B says, any future plans with the kids upcoming? No, not yet. And my reason for that is that I'm still petrified of going anywhere public places because of everything still rife for me not having a spleen. And I found out the other day that one of my family members' friends that is in a similar situation to me, a little bit overweight, and didn't have a spleen, died of COVID the other day, and that sort of scared me a bit, because I would assume if they didn't have a spleen that they would have been fully vaccinated like I was. But then I found out that they thought it was all just a myth. They thought it was all just a conspiracy and hadn't therefore had the vaccination. So I have, but I still don't want to risk it. So to the point where, like, I feel awful, but Jack the other day went to a rugby match with his mum. He went to a stadium and it was absolutely packed out at the stadium, and he was supposed to come here on Sunday, and I basically said until it's been a few days and you can do a negative test, then I'm really sorry, son, but you can't come here because I don't want to risk it, you know. So I'm still hiding at the moment. You asked in your last video if we like the new style. I love the Jeremy Clarkson Top Gear style. I did well. I've been doing the Jeremy Clarkson voice as a bit of a joke, really, but I'm gonna keep the editing style. But I think I'm gonna start moving away from that because that's all I get comments on now. Is this is Jeremy Clarkson for Minecraft? It's just funny. I like the way he talks because it just makes me laugh, and I just enjoy that way of speaking. But yeah. I'm going to try and avoid doing that. My condolences, Foxy, says Jelana. I didn't know that person. I said it was my like a friend of the family's friend. So I don't know. I never met them. I don't know them. So it sounds awful, but I mean it's not very nice that they died at all. But it doesn't affect me in one bit. It's like emotionally because I've never met the person. I don't even know their name. Foxy's the stick of TB. Completely understandable. Not having a spleen is a big one, says Jesse B. Yeah, it seems to be. Luke Eye says, that's what I'm afraid of. So we still have to be careful. The vaccine, albeit good, gives a sense of security that isn't quite right the way people think is now immune. Yeah, where we live is we're one of the highest countries in one of the highest what's the word? The like Cleethorpes and Grimsby, the area around where I live is one of the highest in the country for rates at the moment, or people having it. So I just don't think going out and socialising is a good thing to do yet at this particular point in time. Like just like outdoor stuff. Like I'd really, really, really want to take my kids back to Disney again and do that, but there's no way I would dare do that. Like when I first went back to Tesco, the supermarket. Everything, it was great after it was the day that the masks had been, we told we don't have to wear masks anymore, and almost everyone in there had a mask on, and most of them were still practicing social distancing, which was great. And that's slightly less the last time I went in, but again, most people are still wearing masks in there. But I went to the corner shop just to grab a couple of bits of milk the other day, and there was a queue to the till, and everybody was like back in the olden days where everybody was back to back, almost touching, no masks on, all touching things on the shelves as they're going past, fiddling with stuff. And I just walked out again. I'm like, no, no, not getting involved in that. Come on, guys, it's been less than a week. JCB says, it's a holiday town though, Foxy. Many people from all over the place will be visiting. Exactly. Although it still seems quite quiet at the minute. No, so caution probably best. Yeah, absolutely. Keskin got my second vax on Friday and still won't go out partying. But it takes, I think it's the 2 weeks after you get the jab before it's particularly effective anyway. And even if when it is effective, it's still only 80% effective. And it doesn't actually stop you getting it. It just supposedly stops you having the really bad effects from it. So it's not a cure, it's not a shield, it's not going to prevent you from getting ill, it's just going to prevent you effectively getting really ill from it. So I don't want to get ill at all, especially with doing this as my job as well. You know, I rely on working 12 hours a day creating videos and talking. If I was just permanently out of breath or feeling ill or not being able to do that, that's my work out the window as well. So I really don't want to get it. 95% effectiveness, says Big Block. Up to. I don't think that's true. Depends on the vaccine. I had Pfizer and I was told it was 80% after 2 jabs. 14 days, says Jesse B. Beck says, my boss gets mad at me when I refuse to help a customer without a mask on. It's my right to do so, just don't leave them standing there. Bring back someone else who will. Yeah, absolutely. I think you should. Mitt says, I'm fully vaccinated and will continue to wear a mask and still avoid people. Yeah, I just like avoiding people anyway, though, regardless of the virus. I'm very antisocial. It's a very good excuse for me. I genuinely, and this sounds awful, but when we were first told that we had to go into lockdown, I was really happy about it. I was like, yes, finally some peace and quiet. I can actually concentrate on making videos without having to go to work and go and see people and go visit family. It sounds awful now, but I didn't think it would last very long. I was thinking I'm gonna have like a couple of weeks, maybe a month of some peace and quiet, and I'll get loads of stuff done. And then it had lasted how long for? Until the summer. When did it start? Like March, and it lasted until like the summer, and they're like, oh, you can go, we'll get back to normal. And at that point I was thinking, oh, I don't want to. I've really enjoyed having all of this freedom. So yeah, lockdown suits me. I'm quite happy to be at home, minding my own business, doing my own thing, just cracking on. That suits me to the ground. Athena V says, I felt the same way. Vex says same. JCB says, lockdown was gamer's paradise. Yeah. Lockdown hasn't bothered me hardly. I hardly go out anyway, says Lofty. Yeah. We're all the same, you and I. People are actually revolting about having to go back to their offices, says Jelana. Well, we had it good, haven't we? We've had it so good for the last sort of 2 years or year and a bit. And then when you get told you've got to go back to work, everybody's going to find any excuse possible because they'll be thinking, well, we managed to get on all right without us all being at work. Why do we suddenly have to go back to work? Why do I suddenly have to go back into all of that traffic and deal with all of those customers and sit at that desk that's uncomfortable next to that person that's got really bad smells and that I don't like, and listen to the radio station I don't want to listen to? You would think any reason why you wouldn't want to go back, you're going to fight for it, aren't you? It's so much better being at home. From a business point of view, it's not very good at all. But from a work point of view, absolutely. Yeah, let's be at home. Unless you've got children. I think people with children, depending on the age, I think, but a lot of people with children would be very happy to go back to work. Full-time children. Sounds political, lol, says Rumble. Says, how is that political? That's just sharing an opinion on people going back to work. It has no political bias at all. We're generalising people. My aunt is in England and owns several horse. And there was one point in lockdown where they couldn't go outside, and she has spent a lot of trouble taking care of her horses. There's never been a point in England's lockdown where you weren't allowed outside. Never. Not one bit. There was one bit where it says you can only go out for exercise once a day, but there was no point where it says you can't go outside for reasonable things. So that's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. You weren't allowed to socialise. You were still allowed to go to work. You were still allowed to take care of your pets. There was you were even allowed to the thing that I didn't get, because I remember reading it and thinking, well, this is ridiculous. Because it said you were even allowed to go to public places. So, I'm like, well, surely that defeats the point. So, yeah. Harry Gaming UK says, we had to work from home. Now we know we can work from home. I would rather keep doing that. Well, if you've got one of the forward-thinking bosses that will allow you to carry on doing that, then that might be reality for you. But realistically speaking, from a business point of view, your staff will do a lot less work when they're working from home than they will at work. So you're going to lose productivity, and therefore it's going to cost you more money to keep your business running at the same capacity that you were before. Now, if your company's rich enough to continue that, or you're one of those unique situations where you're actually more productive from working from home, which is very unusual, but there are some sort of cases where that's true, then great. But most of the time, early on when it first started, there was loads of surveys going around saying, oh yeah, people are loads more productive working at home, we're getting more done, it's actually better for our company working from home. And then as it went on, as the lockdowns went on, there were more and more things coming out to buck that idea and say, no, actually that's not true. Not true at all. It's a lot worse. It's costing companies a lot more money. We need to go back to work. So JCB says, many businesses here reported that employees were more productive. Yeah. Early on in lockdown, definitely. That was going on, I think, worldwide everywhere. But I think, like I say, as it went closer to, or as it went on and on and on, people were getting more lazy being at home, and it was the tables turn. Let's put it that way. Depends on the staff, says Keskin. Absolutely. But as the human race, I'm going to generalize here again, but we are inherently lazy. We are lazy people. We are lazy species. We do everything and anything we can to create ways of doing things the quick and easy way. We create machines and tools to make our jobs easier. We will do absolutely anything as a species to get away with doing less. So there are very few people, very, very few people that break that trend and will be more productive. Oh, am I losing internet? Am I lagging, peeps? My screen just went funny. We found our productivity went up because people stopped interrupting us with silly questions. We kept that boost going for a whole 18 months. See, like I said, there are certain cases where things would be better. JCB said, I don't know if it's just California thing, but here in my area, productivity is still up, so they're giving people the option to stay at home. California's got a really, really good reputation for forward-thinking stuff like that, though, haven't they? They're always, I don't know, maybe it's just in my experience, but I'm always hearing like, oh, California's doing this and doing that, and it all sounds really positive and fun and exciting. So I can imagine California's that sort of place where the people, the attitudes there can just get down to make it work. Kind of, I'm just trying to think of another example of like when you've got a group, an area or a culture, a group of people that share a similar mindset. It's great. Like British people are well known for being sort of miserable and moan about everything, whereas like people from Australia always seem to be a lot like really happy and always got lots of positivity going around them. So I guess like Californians are just good for being productive, maybe. Carol says, I'm definitely more productive at the office when I'm not on field work. I can just do my own work now rather than mind my office mates. Well, maybe we need to we need to revisit those things then and find out exactly. In fact, that would be really interesting to find out as a broad spectrum who is benefiting from being at home and who's not. Because I only really read technology news stuff, so my area of knowledge on these things is very limited to things that are probably to do with either the gaming industry or the technology industry, as opposed to all of the other industries. So maybe there's a whole lot more going on with those sorts of things than I'm privy to or have understanding of. So it'd be really interesting to find that out. Very interesting. Isu says, we were made full-time at home. Most folks are happy. I'm indifferent. My limited socialization was at work, so it gets somewhat lonely at times working from home. Yeah, I can imagine that. My nose is whistling. Let's stop whistling. Boo. Whistly nose. Again, that depends what you do. See, when I worked and I went to work and had my office, it was still only me there, so it was still really lonely just being at work. So makes no difference for me working from home. Although I don't know, when I went to an office, when I got up in the morning, I would get up and I would go to work and I would do work and I would come home and I would relax. And even though, you take your work home with you when you run your own business, you do on an evening just put your feet up and watch the TV and forget about it until the next day as much as you can. Depending on what's going on. If there's really stressful things going on, then you're going to obviously be thinking about that all night and lose sleep. But generally speaking, it's okay. Not doing that, not going to an office, even though I've got more time because I'm not traveling, I'm not driving, I just can get up, get a shower and pretty much get straight to the computer. I find myself personally that I'm getting a lot less done. And I'm not finding more distractions, I'm not finding other things going on, and I am probably actually spending more hours at the computer, but it just doesn't feel the same as it did when I was at work. The mindset's different, I think. I suppose when you've got to squeeze it all into a small amount of time, you're just going to crack on and do the stuff that needs doing, whereas when you've got all day to do it, you're going to be a little bit more lax with it all. That's certainly my personal experience. Maybe you don't have the urgency, says Athena. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes the commute, as much as it sucked, allowed me to decompress. Yeah, that's the thing I miss the most, is driving. That was my thinking time. That's where I came up with all my good ideas. I used to get so excited driving home when I come up with a good idea. I couldn't wait to get home and either start doing it or write it down or come to terms with how, or start realizing it in one way or another. I don't get that anymore, but now now that obviously we've got Nelly, we've had her over a year now, or nearly over a year. When I take her for walks, that becomes my ideas time, but because obviously I was used to driving several hours a week, and now I'm walking a few minutes a day, there's a lot less of it going on, so I'm not coming up with the same amount of good ideas as I used to. So maybe I should just start going for drives. I miss seeing the sheep and the cow. So on the way to the office. Did you ever unload your old warehouse, says Michael Switch? Yes. Yeah, I did. Did eventually. Yep. I miss seeing the sheep. Oh, I've read that one. More time for gaming if you work faster, says Blue. Yeah, until the other day, I've been really off starting any other games or playing any other games because I'm the sort of person that when I get into one, I get into one, and I know it means that other things like playing Minecraft will go on the back burner. But then this week, I've been a little bit ahead. And I don't know, I just had the urge to do something on the Xbox. I didn't know what. So I finally got to play Control. You know, I'm assuming a lot of you will have heard of it or at least seen it. I didn't really know anything about it. And 2 days later, I completed it. And I thought it was an absolutely wonderful game. It was very hard. I had to put on, because I played it on Xbox rather than PC with keyboard and mouse, near the end, I had to put on like aim assist because there was just no way I could kill all of the bad guys in time otherwise. But yeah, I really enjoyed that game. I got the DLC for it as well. It just came as part of the deal that I got. It was on like special offer. I think it was like 70% off on Xbox or something like that. It was really cheap and it came with the DLC, but I loaded the DLC up today. I don't know, I've completed the game now, so I've lost interest. Controls is kind of scary game, says JCB. I guess so. I didn't look at it as a horror game, but I guess it kind of is. I don't really find games like that particularly scary, I guess, but I think it's probably intended to be a bit of a scary game, but it doesn't. I don't know. It feels more actiony to me than anything else. Very enjoyable though. I didn't finish it. It was too creepy. Since JCB. Wow. Blue Cat says, this year working from home almost broke me. I wasn't leaving work at the end of the day. It was always with me. Because I was at home, I had to take a stand and be done with it at the end of the day, and finally doing much better. Jelana says, Blue Cat, you have to set boundaries and have a work-life balance when at home. I have sometimes get the hubby to just walk away. Yeah. I also find working from home that friends and family, when they know you work from home, are not as considerate for your work time. And I don't mean this in a particularly bad way, but like they'll suddenly start ringing you up or turning up at your house midday, like, or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and want to speak to you for an hour, or, you know, ask if you want to go out and do something or meet up, or, and I keep having to remind them, I'm just because I'm working from home doesn't mean I'm not working. I'm still working. I'm still doing stuff. I'm busy. In fact, I'm doing more hours now that I'm at home than I was before. Oh, okay, yeah, but it never goes in. Never ever goes in. The expectation because you're at home is that you're available, and I find that frustrating sometimes. Have you seen Phasmophobia? Says Amri Gaming UK. No, I have not. Isu says, luckily no friends or family issues here. We moved several miles away, but I can see that. Blue Cat says, I never played it alone. Says, oh, that's from JCB. Keskin, no they're not. My nan lives next door and just walks into... so I have to lock her out. Wow. Oh, nan. How rude. Ghost hunting game. Oh, okay. I downloaded... I used to be a big fan of the Metal Gear games. So again, I think it was 97% off or something ridiculous like that. Metal Gear Solid 5 Collection Ultimate Edition or something. It's got the Phantom Pain. Is that what it's called? Phantom something or other. And then the Ground Zero one. And Ground Zero was... I know that was only a really short game because I remember when it came out, everyone was like, is this just a demo? So I downloaded that first because it was only 4 gigabytes, and I loaded that up today. I loaded that up today a few hours ago, and compared to Control, like Control, the way you, I don't know, just the input, the way you move the player just feels so nice. You feel like you're, it works really well basically. And then playing this was awful. Like, your characters banging into things, getting stuck, running when they should be walking, and you just think, wow, there's such a big difference in just like how well games can control, how much you're in control of the other players. It's going to take some serious getting used to play that instead of playing Control. Time to break duck shoutouts, says Isu. You know what? I wanted a break from content creating. I just wanted to just do being me for a little bit, you know, rather than focusing on videos or entertaining or having to talk. It would be great if I'm not the sort of person that could just do a live stream and not say anything, because I'd be conscious that I need to entertain people or I need to speak to them, or I would feel guilty just playing it. But I'd love to just press the share this stream and stream it while I was doing it. But I know I wouldn't be able to do that because the expectation there would be for me to entertain, I guess. And I just wanted some me time. I wanted some me time playing a couple of games that just taking my mind off things. There's some things that, you know, go on in life that you don't want to share necessarily publicly that sometimes bring you down a little bit, and sometimes you just need a bit of a pick-me-up or just a bit of me time to just sit and ingest something or other, or just take your mind off things. And I definitely needed that this week, and I got it, which is great. Foxy, I thought you were quiet in real life. Didn't you say you had dinner recently and were too quiet as Pickles? I think quite the opposite. Quite the opposite, Pickles. It says, hi, I'd love to, JC, but I know he won't. What was that? What was that into? JCB says, we'll have to make Foxy download Phasmo and make him play. My favourite game at the moment, says Mitz. Wow. I'll check it out. See what I can do. The other thing is I'm putting off doing more story on TB because I know it's going to be hard doing the next section of the storyline. I keep thinking I really want to do it. I'm going to add it in. I'm going to do it now. And then I find something else to do. So I'm really enjoying making the episodes how I'm making them at the moment and trying to force story into there, because I've got a storyline. I know what I'm doing. I know what I should be doing with it. But trying to force it into the way that I'm doing videos at the minute just feels really forced. And I kind of just don't want to, even though I need to. So, yeah, I'm avoiding doing that. I can't wait for the next story installment, says Blue. Damn. If only you'd all just gone, oh, don't worry about it. Just keep doing the videos like you do. We don't even like the story anyway. Ditto, says Victim. Oh, man. Foxy. Oh, I read that one. Mr. Onion stories, says Lofty. No! Not Mr. Onion. Anything but Mr. Onion. The thing is, I'm really excited about the story. On one hand, I am, because I really like what I'm going to be telling, the story that's going to be coming out to you. And I've already done a lot of work on it already in terms of like background stuff that needs doing. It's just shoehorning it into my videos is proving difficult. So I'm just not doing it. I think about when I go to start recording the video, yes, I need to do a certain thing in this video in order to lead into the storyline bit, and I just don't do it. As I get into what I'm doing in the videos, and it just passes me by, and then I go, oh, I'll do it in the next video. I'll do it in the next video. And it just doesn't happen. When you suddenly get the storyline thrown, it's like, wow, awesome, says Blue. Yeah, I know. I enjoy it, and I know you guys like it. So I will do it. I will do it. But I'm just enjoying what I've got going on at the minute, okay? Jeez. More Chuck, says Pain Dragon. Chuck? Well, what about Chuck? Who's Chuck? I haven't seen Chuck. What are you talking about? Maybe. Is Dark Fox dead and gone, says Victim? Well, I have no current plans for Dark Fox at this particular moment in time, but I would never write off any of my characters. Would never write them off, because they all have parts to play at certain points, and you know, you never know when you might need a completely useless superhero that has no soul and will just do bad things. Your stories are great and come in handy at odd times. Your Mr. Onion Moana song helped me keep my nieces quiet on Sunday until it was time for breakfast. Oh, there you go. Good. I just started watching season 0, 1 and 2 again as I found out my daughter was watching you, so we're watching it together. 30 episodes into season 1 now. Oh, wow, that's amazing. There's a lot of episodes in season 1. That was a long season for me. I think I did over 100, didn't I? How many did I do in the end on season 1? A lot. The answer. Many. Alan Din's my favourite, says Mike on Switch. If you're Clarkson... Ah! Wow, you meanie! Blue Cat! Wow. If you're Clarkson is Slack Hammond. I think Slack's more of a Captain Slow, actually. I think Slack's more of James May than he is. He's a methodical, relatively technical. I'm not sure who would be a good Hammond. I don't know. JCB says, yes, Slack is James May. Zloy is Hammond. Zloy is Hammond. I don't know about that. I was thinking more Jesse B. I think you should try out the nickname Captain Slow or Slack and see if he gets it. I don't think he would. I think if Slack ever saw any sort of Top Gear or Grand Tour stuff, he'd be like, Foxy, you've been ripping these people off in all your videos. No. I haven't. I don't know what you're talking about. Bit more things in boxes. I'm running out of room, peeps. This is bad news. Might have to finish. Might have to go home in a minute and put all of this good cobblestoney deep slate stuff away. DB is Hammond, says Papery Steak. Yes, Jesse is Hammond, says Raid. Speaking of Clarkson, did I see he got another season of The Farm, says he? Yes, he did. It says, I like that too, says Blue. What? Blue. What? James May has really funny sort of sense of humour. His Our Man in Japan series was fantastic. I haven't watched that. I used to like the ones he did where he like played with trains and Lego and stuff. Do you remember those ones? I can't remember what that series was called, but he would like get loads of people to build the world's biggest scale electrics and stuff like that. They were quite good fun. He's done a cooking one, hasn't he? And he's done Our Man in Japan, and I haven't watched either of those. I keep meaning to, but I haven't done that yet. They ripped Foxy off as Polymath. Yes, that's right. Right, I'm going to take these sugar boxes and I'm going to try very hard to find my way home now. Could be tricky. It could be very tricky. I follow one of these corridors. Should lead somewhere, right? Where do I go, Spider? Where is home? Excuse me, I'm just going to hiccup all over you. Is that alright? Is that fine? Good. Excellent. James May Toy Stories? Is that what it was? Or have you just made that up? If you made it up, it's a good name. Can't wait for the Electric course to determine the sticks, as Baby say. Have we got an Electric course? If so, when did that happen? I want to play on it. Oh, it's a Watch Foxy. Oh, it's a Watch Foxy. Def, put on your list. It's free for Prime. Speaking of things you get on Prime. Yeah, James May had a house built that was completely Lego. It was leaky, says JCB. It was leaky. It's leaking, this house. It's leaking. I feel very lost. I found stairs though, so this is good news. Do you have a system for inspecting caves? Yes, it caught my eyes. A system for inspecting caves. In what sense? What do you mean, Polymad? I go looking around them like this, inspecting them very carefully. This seems to be a cave, yes? Oh, look, that was convenient. Near 00 must be under spawn, says Michael Switch. Yeah. Free subscriptions to your favorite streamer. You were meant to go and say that, Foxy. Oh, yes. Okay. I'll do the Amazon Prime bit. If you have Amazon Prime, not only can you watch such quality programming as Clarkson's Farm and The Grand Tour, 2 of my top 10 favorites, you can also subscribe to your favorite live streamer for free. Not only do you get a free subscription to your one favorite live streamer every single month, right? But also, what's even better than that is that person that you subscribe to, and bear in mind it costs you nothing, they get paid money. It's amazing. So if you are hanging on to your Prime subscription and you're not using it, you're effectively stealing from them. Your favorite Twitch person, you're putting your hands in their pocket and you're taking their... No, you're not. But you are. You're throwing your money down the drain, which could go towards a very happy streamer. So if you got Amazon Prime and you're not streaming, and if you've got Amazon Prime and you're not connected to the internet, no wait, that's not right. If you're basically just subscribe. He's not very quick, Blue, says Mitz. Wow. Blue says free subscription. Wow. I was trying to leave torches on the right when it's unexplored, says Polymath. Yeah, I normally leave them on the left, so me and you would get very confused. Jason says, I think the system is keep looking until feeling completely lost, then dig out. Yes. Foxy's Cave and Minecraft Inspection Service. Remember our motto. If it's shiny, it's mine. That's perfect. If it's shiny, it's mine. Wow, amazing. See, up-to-date Prime subs can't do it on mobile, so I have to go on the website, says Keskin. She's on it, says Athena V. That was the... What? Shiny ores. Shiny blue ores. Wow. Jesse B says, shiny blue horse. JCB gets struck by lightning. Slack Blizzard tries out a new catchphrase. I can't remember the thing that I did. Oh, and I get brutally murdered, that was it. Jesse B. Brutally murdering me again. Shiny blue horse. Amazing. That was good fun. That Abba caving thing we did. I enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable time. We should do things like that more often. Get together, you know. Wasn't murder. There was no intent. Okay, it was manslaughter. Jesse B manslaughtered me. I lost twice, says Blue. I always forget about subscribing through Amazon Prime because I watch stream on my phone, says Victim. Victim, you're throwing my pocket money down the drain with those comments. Stop it. I'll take it, says Jesse B. Can't believe you manslaughtered me, Jesse. If you listen to Jesse, she might have warned you. Wow. Don't stand there, Fox. She never said anything. Never said anything at all. And if she says she did, she's lying. Telling you fibs. Well, that's Liara's glass. Can't do anything with that. Right. We have many deep slates now. This is good news. We got many new things to go in the very hungry furnace. Hungry furnace, would you like more dinner? Oh. Oh, the lock's on. That's okay. Well, we might as well take some of those out, and we repair our pickaxe. And let's... I don't want redstone or diamonds in there. Moron. What a moron. Put those in there. Put the coal in there. Nice. This is good. We've done really good there. We got loads of deep slate. How many did we get? Nearly 3 sugar boxes worth. Nearly 3 sugar boxes worth of deep slate. That's good going. I see people are going very quiet in the old chat rooms there. Come on, chop chop, make chattings. Give me things to talk about. We need to discuss. You need to ask questions. I've still got 20 minutes of this live stream left here, and I'm packing me things away, so I need to go mining again. Jeez. Thought I'd finished. Loud noises, says JCB. Yes. What was the other thing I needed? Oh, the lake. What's your favourite, Six Jack's dad? That's a good question. That is a good question. Probably about 9.5. 9.5. Maybe 10. But depends. Depends on the weather. That question is favourite, says Blue Cat Eyes. Yes, many questions. Shulker shells are nearly running out. Jeez. Because I keep using them for things. But with or without mustard? Absolutely without mustard. Mustard goes nicely in things, but it doesn't go nicely on things, in my experience. I like mustard in cooking. If you cook with mustard, great. If you put mustard on a hot dog, they will do bad things to you with sharp objects. Actually, do you know what? Sometimes a mustard on a hot dog's actually just what you need. Sometimes, but most of the time I prefer it without. But brown sauce, don't you be putting that brown sauce anywhere near my hot dog. Or anything, for that matter. Or Marmite, or that other sauce, a barbecue sauce. Get it away, get it away, get it away now. Ugh. I love mustard on things, is Captain Caveman. No, yeah, okay, mustard's all right. In small portions. FoxyNoTail, do chunk loaders work for Bedrock at all anymore? I saw Silence tweet from a few minutes ago, but I presume they've patched away since. What? Chunk loaders? I didn't know there was chunk loaders in Bedrock. JCB there saying, don't like Marmite. It's, you know, you're a Twiglet person, aren't you? I can tell just by that comment you're a Twiglet person. You heathen. Absolute disgrace. I don't know what you're still doing here, JC, to be honest with you. Ugh. Twiglet eating Marmite person, that's what you are. I'm a mustard and tomato sauce on hot dogs, says Keskin. Michael Switch says, the last weekend I found... Oh, it's gone. Stop moving! I was reading that. Last weekend I found a company that sells squeeze bottle of sauerkraut. Wow, I have some on order. Daisy says, Foxy, I can take ink... Stop moving! Ink sacks in trade for copper because your store is out. Yes, I have ink sacks. We can definitely do this deal. Amory Gamer says, I agree with you about brown sauce, but Marmite is amazing. Oof. Mitt says, I agree, brown and barbecue sauce are gross. Marmite is disgusting. Yay! How many chunks could a chunk loader load if a chunk loader could load chunks, is Raymond Soto? I don't know. What have you found to be the best technique for finding many copper? Carol, selling things. That's the best technique I've found for mining many copper, is selling things. Can I get an American comparison for this brown sauce, says Dub's wife? Imagine a small child ate vomit that a dog had done and then put it out of their mouth and into yours. That's brown sauce. Ink collab stream. Let's make this deal. I assume she'd probably want to do it on camera. Will you, Jesse, or do you want me to just sling you a box of many fishes? The ink sac type of fish. the dead sort of very dark grey fish. Well, I've always been curious, but thanks, Foxy, not so much now. Yeah, you don't want it. It's horrible. It's not. It's they say it's fruity, but it's not fruity. It's like vinegary. It's just weird. I can't explain it. It just doesn't taste nice at all. It doesn't taste nice at all. I don't know what people were going for. My dad loves it. He thinks it's brilliant. It's awful. It's horrible. Gross. Either way, I'm in no rush, says Jesse. One of those. One of the people that I'm selling ink sacks to. Doesn't mind when. Okay. Well, I should be... What day? Oh, no. I'll be around tomorrow morning. If you want to catch me tomorrow morning, we can do that. Or you can just go and steal them out of my chest. You know where they are. You're always in my base stealing things anyway. I got you on camera, remember? Salad dressing types, is Michael Switch. No, it is a thick sauce. It's not really a salad dressing type. It's supposed to go on things like bacon buns or bacon sandwiches, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't go on anything. It's vile. It's horrible. And sometimes restaurants put it on your food just to make you shout at them and throw things at the waiters. Jesse B says, yes, sir, tomorrow morning works. Excellent. This is good news. Good news. Good. Not cheesy like nutritional yeast, says, what? Nutritional yeast. What's nutritional yeast? I hate Marmite and brown sauce as Lofty. Good. Lofty, the anti-Marmite team. Redemption Foxy from Blue. Compliment me. Okay. Blue, I love your name because it's very colourful, because it's got a colour in it. And I like the fact that you're called Khaleesi, really, even though you try and hide behind your new name just to confuse me. So, there you go. And I like that my pickaxe is named after you as well, because you are a lovely person with blue in your name. Go? Is that good complimenting? Brown sauce, Googled it. It's sold like ketchup. Yeah. It's gross. Well, the thing is, in the UK, most people still call ketchup red sauce. So we got brown sauce and red sauce, or otherwise known as tomato sauce. In our house, we still don't call it ketchup. I don't think we've ever called it ketchup. It's tomato sauce. Do you want tomato sauce? And salad cream and mayonnaise. Oliver has one of each on his dinner. I see, I don't really like salad cream. Jack and Oliver love salad cream. I like mayonnaise. I like tomato sauce. I don't like lava in my face. Oh, near my face. Go away. Shoo. Be gone. What's catsup? Says Polymath. Red sauce, brown sauce, yellow sauce. Any others? No, mustard is mustard. That's the weird one. We don't have yellow sauce. It's mustard. We've got English mustard or French mustard. And is it the French one that's spicy? I can never remember. And it's a little bit more brown, is it? I can't remember. Roasted tomato, tomatillo and vinegar with a little extra heat is the best sauce, says Victim. I'll take your word for it. English one is spicy, says gaming person. Okay. Which one is it you have on hot dogs? Or is that just like, not really? It's kind of like squirty cheese from America. It's not really mustard. It just sort of, it's yellow and people think of it as mustard. Is it one of those situations? Stop being lava everywhere. It's really annoying when I'm trying to dig. Ow! Stop. That's American mustard. That's tubed yellow. There's Amory Gaming. Right. Okay. I'm glad we're figuring these things out. We would hate to call everything the wrong thing. American mustard, English mustard, French mustard. How am I supposed to know which mustard to have? At least there's only one tomato sauce. Well, lava was there before you, says Blue. No, it came in uninvited, waltzed in, decided it was going to take part in the live stream, and I was having none of it. And clear off, lava. Learning many before I show up in my canoe, says Mike. I shall be waiting at the shore, ready to, you know, you can throw the rope at me and I'll tie it onto the dock for you. You're welcome. I shall catch your canoe on your way in. Is French mustard Dijon? I don't know its name. Could be. Sounds like a French name to me. Could be Pierre. Live cameo. Oh, lava cameos is Blue. Right, come on. Let's move away from sauces and mustards. Let's have more questions, please. Come on. Questions. We got time for another 10 minutes of questions. What do you call spicy mustard? Brown mustard, says Run with Scissors. No, you're just confusing things. Brown sauce and brown mustard. God, it must be very confusing living at your house. Only I furnace, says hola. Hello. Hi dude, says Raoul Tugun. Best food for mustard. No! Stop. No more food questions. I'm trying really hard to not eat everything in the world today. You're making me very hungry. What is the RTX pack you use, says Run with Scissors. Well, it started off as something called Vanilla RTX, which you could get from MCPEDL. However, they didn't update it for 1.16 or 1.70. So then I updated it for 1.16 with my what did they? I can't remember. Basically, I tweaked it loads for 1.16. And then for 1.17, I downloaded Kelly's RTX pack because it's the closest thing to it. In fact, I think Kelly's RTX pack is pretty much a rip-off of vanilla RTX pack anyway on the majority. And I took those and then I changed how Deep Slate and Blackstone and a couple of other blocks work because I didn't like how Kelly's pack had those. What's the best brand of tea? I have this one quite a lot. It's Twining's English Breakfast is 100% the best tea you can drink. No argument. Coffee, says Miss. The best type of tea is coffee. What do you think is worst block to build with, granite or diorite? Diorite. I still struggle to squeeze diorite into builds. It works well in the polished form as tiles for me in the sort of build style that I use. But granite I can put in with lots of things. Granite goes really nicely with brick, and that's about it. So yeah, granite. Oh no, which one's worse? Diorite. Best tea to add honey to, says Michael Switch. I don't think I've ever added honey to tea in my life, so I wouldn't know. Why would you add honey to tea? That's just adding sugar. Why just put sugar in your tea if you want it sweeter? Why do you need to put honey in it? I use granite for porches sometimes. No other uses I've found yet. It makes a nice terracotta looking tile. I used it a lot. Where did I use that a lot on last season of Trudy Bedrock? Was it the hotel? I had loads of granite slabs as terracotta tiles. Hotel, says Mitch. How do you host Trudy Bedrock? Do you use a hosting service? Yes, it's called FoxyNoTail's Amazing Hosting Services. It's basically very, very expensive. Only the best hardware and technical support that money can pay for. We have the most advanced computing system known to man. We actually run on a quantum computer using light speed diffraction technology for the wireless, and that's it really. So that's how it works. I love honey in my tea. Foxy tastes better than sugar, but jeez, how can we make something that's actually good for you really bad for you? Oh, I fill it with sugar and sticky stuff. But honey's good for you because it's natural. Now it's not full of sugar. Is TB your SMP, Foxy, says Athena V? Mine, like all mine? Mine, all mine. If it's shiny, it's mine. No, TB is it's all of ours. Like all of the TB members is. Slack and I say Slack and I. Slack, Prowl, and I were due to start a different SMP. It didn't go very well. We never started because basically I fell out with the management of that SMP because they're a bunch of morons. And drama. And so Slack and I decided, I say Slack and I then said, look, this is no good. This is not what we should be doing. If you're not prepared to change it to be decent, then I'm going to start my own. Does anyone want to come with me? So Slack, and Prowl were like, yeah, we'll come with you and start a new one. So then we formed Trudy Bedrock together, and now it is what it is. I heard it was hosted out of your bathroom, and every time you flush is when the server restarts, says Captain Gameman. That's very true. That's 100% true. Who gave you that information? Did you read about time crystals that can improve quantum computing, says Rumor Sisters? Scissors. I actually wrote the paper on it. Yeah, it was me that discovered it. Did you? Anyone excited about the new Wheel of Time show on Amazon Prime this November? Game of Thrones is nothing compared to the series. I've never heard of it, but now I am. Did anything become of that other SMP before TMP? Just curious. Considering I just called them a bunch of morons, I'm not going to mention who it is. And I would prefer people that do know to not mention it. They weren't all a bunch of morons. There was one particular moron that I still think is a moron. Very much set in their ways, and very much, I thought, very, very much wrong. Now, obviously, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone's got a different way of doing things. But the way they wanted to run an SMP was very, very focused on making the basically the owner of that SMP rich, or at least they thought it was going to make them rich, as opposed to producing content for people to enjoy. And I didn't want to be there to just try and put money in someone else's pocket. I wanted to just make entertaining videos for people. And so we clashed quite a lot on this idea of what an SMP should be about. What is amazing, says Run with Scissors. And I think that's short for Wheel of Time. It's finally coming to silver screen. Got to keep a lookout. Honey's more natural than white sugar, says Jelana. Well, it is. Just because something's natural doesn't mean it's particularly good for you. You know, red berries are natural, but they will give you incredibly bad stomachache and make you very ill if you eat them. So, natural doesn't always mean good. Honey, I think there are quite some health benefits to honey, but the majority of it is sugar. So, you know, don't need it. Red berries, says Mike on Switch. Yeah. I don't know, maybe that's a... There's plants in the UK that birds like eating, that have red berries on, and your grandma always said to you when you were a kid, don't eat those berries because they'll give you a stomachache. So I've never eaten one. I just assumed she was right. Arsenic is natural, says Amory Gaming. Yes, quite. There you go. Oh, okay, we have them too, says Michael Switch. Yeah. I have no idea what they're called. I don't know. I just know them as red berries. Don't eat them because you get a stomachache. That's all I know. So that's my full knowledge on those plants. So you either choose to agree with me or you choose to disagree with me. That's absolutely fine. It works for me either way. Oh, will you stop splitting the die? All right. It's not what I'm trying to do. So it's asbestos, says Batty, what, 81. Jeez. Marble J says, if you have seasonal allergies, local raw honey can help. Yes, I have. I am aware of eating local honey and how that helps you with allergies. I prefer to use an antihistamine, personally, but I don't really suffer with allergies anymore. I used to, but for some reason, being on these anti-allergy tablets permanently has stopped me having allergies. Can you believe it? I don't have to eat any honey. No, yeah, I think there are health benefits to honey, but my point is it is pretty much 90% sugar, even though it's natural sugar. It's like sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are a superfood. There's so much good in sweet potatoes. However, they are still incredibly full of natural sugars, so eating them will not do you many, like eating lots of them, especially if you're frying them and having sweet potato fries, is not good for you on the whole. It doesn't mean that you're eating healthily, eating sweet potato fries, you know? Like having a honey sandwich, which Oliver absolutely loves, his favourite sandwiches in the world is a honey sandwich, is not going to be particularly healthy for you if you're eating a lot of them on their own. Honey is sweeter than sugar, so if you're into that in your tea, use less. I cut out all sugar a long time ago from my tea and coffee. I always used to have 2 sugars in tea and 2 sugars in coffee. I don't have any sugar in either now. Because I'm dying of lava poisoning. Jeez. Sweet enough is what I was going to say. Stop being lava. Oh, jeez. Really? Stop. These berries are burning, says Polymath. What? Oh, jeez, there's more of it. Right, I'm running away. Running away! My heart doctor told me honey and cane sugar are both just sugar because he didn't want me putting sugar in my tea, which he also took away. Well, that's because they are pretty much 90% sugar. Well, cane sugar is just sugar, but honey is pretty much sugar. Mostly sugar. Any fruit that you eat that's sweet has got a lot of sugar in it. Carrots have got a lot of sugar in them. It's natural sugar, but it's still sugar. Still does exactly the same stuff to you as not natural sugar. Parsnips have got lots of sugar in. A lot of anything is bad, says Tiny Bet. Except water. We should all just live off water. What project are you currently working on, says Raimondo? I'm not currently working on a project, actually. I'm in between projects right now. Having a break from projects. Doing in-between project things. Bananas have a ton of sugar, says Jelana. I know, and don't they taste amazing? See, what I used to... Again, grandmas. Grandmas are brilliant, aren't they? When I was little, one of my grandmas would give me something called condensed milk with sliced banana in it. And condensed milk is basically not milk at all. It's got a tiny bit of milk in it, but it's thick because it's full of sugar. It's so thick you can literally stand your spoon up in it. So that was what she used to give me for dessert after a meal, was a bowl full of this condensed milk that was so full of sugar that you could stand your spoon up in it with banana in. Right, this is the grandma I've got that made it. Well, it's still over 90 years old. Right, so she's doing okay. The other grandma used to give me banana and sugar sandwiches. So you would put your white bread with butter or margarine on the insides, then put sugar, caster sugar all over it, and then sliced banana inside. And why is it grandma's trying to kill you with sugar? Very tasty though. Everything in moderation, says Dub's wife. 100% of people who drink water die, thus water's bad for you. Marble Jade. That is true. 100% of people that drink water will eventually die. That is very true. Avoid water at all costs, people. Water's bad. You heard it here first. Marble Jane doing science on Truly Bedrock. That's the same as everybody. Oh, 100% of people that have breathed air also died. Therefore, air is bad. Hold your breath, peeps. Don't breathe it, it's poisonous. It's like them red berries that give you a stomachache. My granny did that for me too, says Batty81. Before you were a streamer YouTuber, were you a software engineer? No, I will tell you now, I've never ever worked in software. I worked as a web designer for a long time, or web developer for a while. I had an official role as a web developer for 3 months in a proper web developer studio. Or web design studio, and then I got poached by one of their customers to come and work for them directly as a web developer for a couple of years. But that's the complete limit of my coding career. I've never ever done coding for money. Stream count slowly goes to zero as everyone holds their breath and dehydrates. Well, they'd still be watching, you see. This is a way of keeping hold of my viewers. Isn't web development also software engineering? Well, yeah, I guess so, but it's not really. It's web development, isn't it? I mean, you are writing code, I guess, but you're not writing software. You're writing websites. So I don't know if it's the same. What's your favourite add-on that you built? Says Armory Gaming UK. Probably my markers pack, actually. I found I use that more than anything else. The spawning spheres, the chunk borders are really, really useful. The two things that don't work on mobile. Yeah, I think that one. I think that's probably my favourite. My granny used to feed us beef dripping and sugar sandwiches, says Ruff. Wow. Nice. Whatever the case, I've been loving your add-on, so keep coding for us all. Will do. Do my best. I'll keep it up. Right, more things for the Hungry Furnace. You're welcome. Right, more things for Thunder Chest. Marcus Pack is awesome, so helpful. Thanks, Foxy, says the Fuzzy Bear. You're welcome. Right. It's putting things away time. Put it away, put it away, put it away now. I'm just going to sling that in there because I can't be bothered to do it properly. And then I'll moan about, why are there all these stupid things in random chests next time I come to my storage system. And I won't remember it's me, and I'll blame Jesse B again. If all else fails, blame Jesse B. The only way. Right then, we've got a couple of empty sugar boxes there. We've got some more things for the Hungry Furnace here. That's fair, says Jesse B. And then we got more Deep Slate. Now, Jesse B, that thing that I asked you to I told you to download earlier, can you see how that screen was really long? I've broken that, so I'm going to fix that on camera now. See, what I've done, peeps, is I made a pack today for the TB members. I might put it available for download at some point, but it's one of those UI change ones that means everyone's going to moan and say it conflicts with literally everything else in the world. So I'll just be frustrated with complaints. But yeah, it makes the text on your screen not stay on your screen forever when you're holding a sugar box or an enchanted item. So, but unfortunately, it is, I broke it a bit, so I just need to fix that quickly now. So I'm going to do that live on camera, just for you guys. Let's hopefully, let's get rid of that a minute. Find my files. One moment, please. That one, that one, that one, that one. Okay. This file here, I'm sure you're all excited to know, is what renders your screen in game. Your HUD. So the stuff down at the bottom of your screen, your hotbar, the hearts, all of this, basically everything you can see on screen right now. It renders that, apart from the actual gameplay, but all of the stuff over the top. So that's what all is rendered by this file here. And I changed something that I shouldn't have changed, as well as things I should have changed. Now I got to find where the thing is that I shouldn't have changed. But I changed something that I shouldn't have changed. Now I need to find out what I changed, so I can change it back. It was to do with duration. But it wasn't duration, it was the width that I changed. And I made it not wide enough. Now I need to make it wider. Max size 100 default, it's that one. So if I change that to 200, bear in mind this is the wrong pack I'm changing, because this is the one for Jesse B and everyone. And I then go to my other pack, and then I change it. So let's find that again. What was it called? Max size. Max size. That one. Now I'm going to go... Well, I'll do 200 first, right? And then what I need to do is quit out of here. Mr. Bauer says, I'm considering picking up streaming again. I had to stop since it was mostly work related. Now I might pick up streaming Minecraft. Do you mind us patrons streaming from SuperX server on non-Thursdays? You can stream from that with pleasure. In fact, I would encourage it. Unfortunately, I won't allow any of the people in my Discord to start posting that they've gone live and made videos, because it got abused very badly before. And, well, certain people ruin it for everybody else. But you can stream from it with pleasure. And if you become a regular streamer from there, then we'll maybe reassess those, you know, those rules that we had. Right, so now... maybe, if I've done that right, when I pick up this sugar box and put it down, there you go. You see how it fits? That's not like a really long, tall box now. It's wider, because it's not all wrapping round. So that's fixed back to normal. But what if I made it even wider? Oh, yes. Make it really, really wide. Max size. I'm going to go 300 because I'm crazy. Log out again. Evening, Foxy, says Cage Hunter. Evening, Cage Hunter. I'm going to... What's that? Oh, it's a new icon. Turn that back off again. Come back out of there. Go back in again. Turn it back on again. And then, when we go back into that, it could potentially be very wide. When can you make it not stay there very long? Well, that's what I've done. So you'll see, let's, for instance, if I hold that, it's not very long compared to normal. Normally, it would stay on your screen absolutely ages. The same with chat. If I put something in chat, it disappears pretty quickly as well. So what I've done there is there's another file in that pack called Global Variables, and there's a couple of things on here. So there's the fade duration, how long, that's the chat window, how long it will fade in for, and then wait is how long it'll be on screen for. That's default to 6, so I've changed it to 1. Or is it 3? So basically that's seconds. And then the other ones, the item text, are these ones here. So how long they fade on for, how long they fade off for, and how long they're on screen for. Now this one was actually tied to something that was built into the game that said, depending on how long the text of the item was, would be how long it was on screen for. So a torch, that text would be on screen for a very short amount of time, whereas that, because there's a lot of text, would be on screen for a long amount of time, but now everything's the same. Some spoilers in that pack list, says Pickles. No, absolutely not. Don't think so. Don't point it out then, Pickles. Hey, Foxy, there's something there that you don't want people to see. Look, look, look. Look, Foxy, there's things you don't want people to see there, look. Thanks, Pickles. Maybe don't point it out, mate. No, but there's look there. Everybody rewind the stream, watch the VOD, and look at the things Foxy does. Then he'll... Oh, jeez, thanks, Pickles. Jeez. That already releases the V. No, it's not. I've only released it to my patrons, to my TB members, because, like I said, it interferes with other packs because it's a UI overlay pack, and people will moan at me that it will interfere with their packs and they won't work anymore. But I'll put it on the website if people want it. Lol, I probably didn't want to help either, says Blue. What did you say, Blue? I didn't see you say anything. Oh, a certain villager pack spotted. If you fire a pickle, does it become a fried pickle? No, it becomes a fired pickle. Right, peeps. It's that time of the stream, I'm afraid. Pickles, I was going to go longer, but Pickles ruined it by showing everyone all my secrets. So you're all fired. How? I don't know what was spoilers. I want to see now. Hang on. What was spoilers? You keep going on about it. I know. Shut up. There's one called Story Tools. Is that one? Sad Pickles is Pickles. And there's one for something else. But I don't know what you're talking about. Right, anyway, we're going wide. I'm going to hit roll credits. It's time to end the stream. You've had free puppy cam for way too long. It's going away. Don't even think about getting it back again until next stream. It's time to go, peeps. As usual, I would like to say a big, big thank you to everybody that has been taking part in this stream. Particular big thanks to the ridiculous people that are Chris Varbel and Slow Minsky, who have done many, many gifting, many, many subs again. And all of you that chipped in on the hype train as well. So thank you all very much for that. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I've certainly enjoyed doing it. We've talked about some interesting things. We've gone on about health and stuff again. Just remember, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. Okay? That's the main thing. So don't force yourself to live a miserable life trying to be something that you struggle to be. Just be happy. That's the main thing. So on that note, I'm going to go. Oh, no, I'm going to raid someone, haven't I? I've got to raid someone. I've got Bruno. Let's go over to Bruno. Let's do this. See you later, guys. Have a lovely time with Bruno. Tell him that I said hello. Tell him that I've done a runner, because I'm just going to do a runner. And I'm going to go and chill out for a bit.